Okay, we are in Seattle, Washington. Lovely, lovely cemetery. This is Lakeview Cemetery. And I come to pay my respects to the legendary Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. This is a beautiful cemetery. I've been here many times through the years. I first came here in 2000 to pay my respects to the guys, and there's been a lot of changes. They've built this little deck and little walkway area. I found out recently that Bruce Lee's grave is one of the top 10 most visited grave sites. So it's usually very busy. I had to wait a few minutes. There was a little bit of a line. Now I have it all to myself at the moment. But I'm going to leave Bruce and Brandon Lee my guitar picks. A little tradition I like to do when I visit those that have passed on. I was a huge fan of Brandon's work. As you can see, he died at only 28 years old. He was making a film called The Crow, which most of you know, but those of you that don't, The Crow was a kind of a dark gothic action film in which it deals with the character's death, and then he's able to come back from the dead to avenge his death. And sadly, during that film, Brandon was shot and killed on the set. And that happened in 1993, and really was just heartbreaking. This guy was on his way to such good things. Did a great film called Rapid Fire that I really liked. I've become a big fan, a big action movie fan. Showdown of Little Tokyo. He had a bunch of really cool stuff coming, and it's really sad he was cut down. I would love to have seen what he would have went on to do. And also, Bruce and Brandon have a new neighbor that is very close by. Thanks to Scott on Tape, I actually found out that this gentleman was in the cemetery right here close to Bruce and Brandon. So I'm going to take a moment to go find him. There he is. They like you to stay on the walking paths here, so I'm going to go find a way to walk over there. Okay, here he is. I found him, John Saxon. He was an actor. He appeared in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. Of course, I've kind of know him more from his films with the Nightmare on Elm Street films. He played Nancy's father. John Saxon. I'm not sure of this, but I guess he chose to come here to be close to Bruce. Bruce and Brandon are right there. I guess that was his reasons for coming here. John, in his later years, and I didn't know it until after he passed away, but he lived in Middle Tennessee, where I'm from, and he passed away in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, not too far from where I'm from. As you can see, it gets really busy over here at Bruce and Brandon's. There's usually a lot of people, a lot of foot traffic that come here to pay their respects to him. And as you noticed on Brandon's stone, we're just a couple of days off the 30th anniversary of his death. And The Crow, which Brandon was killed with 8 days left to film, and they ended up finishing the film using stand-ins and some very primitive CGI technology. They were able to finish off the film, and it came out a year later. And got great reviews. It did really well for its dark subject matter and then the dark things that happened. It was quite interesting. Even being a teenager growing up in Middle Tennessee, where it was huge. I remember going to the film the night it came out, which it actually came out on a Friday the 13th. And I saw that film 13 times at the movie theater, and just, you know, something to do Friday night, go to the movies. Then when it hit the 50-cent movie theaters, I went and wore it out there a couple times till I saw it 13 times. And I do love the film. It does stand the test of time for me when I go back and look at it. Once again, back to Brandon's death and even Bruce's death, conspiracy theories, there's a lot of that talked about. And I'm not saying that, I don't really know how I feel on that. I haven't investigated it deeply enough, but there are some odd circumstances that went down. And it's kind of quieted up talk lately. But, you know, the first couple of years, there was a lot of talk of conspiracy theory involved with Brandon's death, and even all the way back to Bruce's death. So I really don't know about that. But I do know The Crow, a very loved film. Whenever I feel like I need a little 90s kick, I'll play the Crow soundtrack, and takes me back. Time capsule. Takes me right back to the 90s. As you see, it's very busy now. I guess I really lucked out to get a few moments alone up there at the Brandon and Bruce Lee Monument. But one thing, the irony talked about with Brandon Lee's final film being The Crow, is that crows are often seen around here. And the very first time I came here in 2000 with my dad. My dad and I were in Seattle, and we came up here, and there was a crow right there, right by his grave. Unfortunately, a photograph wasn't able to be captured that quickly, but someone has recently photographed a crow standing right on Brandon's marker. And it's not my picture. I don't know who owns that picture, but it's a great picture. Really cool. It's just weird how you will see crows standing guard here. But Brandon and Bruce Lee, nice visit today. Thank you very much for your legacies. And I hope you continue to rest in peace, and God bless you. And to John Saxon and his family, may you continue to rest in peace as well. Thank you for the great entertainment over all the years. Over and out. See ya.